Subscribe, 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 hit that button, click that bell, click that bell, so you'll never miss a video here. If you guys are triggered by this kind of a topic, if you've experienced this and can't listen to this, please click off this video, go watch one of my other videos. I also do makeup tutorials on my channel, other stuff, mukbangs we have. What up, J-Girl Beauties? Welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new, what's up? My name is Janelle, and if you guys aren't new, and you guys know me by now, you know how crazy we are around here. But anyways, I haven't done a story time. And the other day I was talking to somebody and I was remembering that I had been wanting to talk about this, but I haven't had time. I've been doing other stuff. So when you have people use your camera, and they don't put the stuff away or they put it somewhere where you can't find it. So I'm recording because my husband used my camera the other day and I can't find the thing to put it on a stand. So I have it on like my vanity and I'm sitting on the floor with my knees bent. So if I can't stand it no more, I don't know what I'm gonna do after this because it kind of hurts. 2009 or 10, wait no, 2009. My husband invited one of his acquaintance that he was going to school with, and he went to a school to learn how to be a barber. And so we're gonna call my ex-husband Thomas, okay? Thomas. So Thomas invited one of his acquaintances over to come and hang out with him or something, and he told me he wasn't gonna stay for very long. Well, that day when he had came over, we're gonna say his name is Jack. Jack came over. Before he had got there, my Thomas had invited over these young kids, right? So they were pretty young. He was cutting their hair because he was going to school and he used to cut hair before, so he was giving him fades. Well, he was letting him drink, and these kids were underage, guys. So I told him he shouldn't be doing that, but he never listened to me. My ex-husband was very cruel. He would never listen to me. He did what he wanted. So he had invited them over and he was cutting their hair and he was letting them drink, and they brought some hard liquor over and whatever. We had bought, my kids were staying with the grandma or the grandpa, probably the grandpa, and we were drinking Coronas. We bought, I think, like a 12-pack. So I had like 6, maybe 5, I don't know. I was buzzed and I was feeling good and I was gonna stop after that. Well, when Jack came over, he brought liquor too, and he had already brought his own shot glass, and the little shot glass had already had liquor in there. And he sat by me on the couch, which was real weird, and he started talking to me and stuff, and he told me to drink it. So I didn't know this until after. He had spiked my drink. He had put a drug in my shot. Well, I didn't know this, and I didn't want to drink it because something told me not to, but he kept insisting and kept insisting and kept insisting for me to take a shot. And then Thomas told me to take a shot, and like, he was okay with it, and I was like, okay, so they could shut up. I took my shot. Well, the last thing I remember is I was in the bathroom and I was throwing up, and I was hugging the toilet and I was throwing up. And then all of a sudden, the last thing I remember about anything is I had passed out on the toilet. I don't know how long I was on the toilet or any of that. So I remember my ex-husband coming into the bathroom and checking on me, and he put me on the bed. Well, I had passed out. So I felt I was out, like I didn't know this until after I woke up. I was drugged. So I was laying on the bed, and the next thing I remember and what I felt in my hand was a limp penis. And I was laying down, passed out, drugged, which I didn't know this yet. And I was trying to wake up because I knew that couldn't have been ex-husband because, oh, my feet, guys, sorry. And I just had a feeling that it wasn't Thomas, because he wouldn't be doing that if he had a limp private. So I was just like, dang, like, what the flip? But it was so crazy, so weird. I could not wake up. I tried my best to open my eyes, and when you, like, I don't know if anybody's ever experienced this, but I cannot open my eyes for the flip reason. I was trying to wake up, but I couldn't. I could not for the life of me open my eyes because I had a feeling it wasn't Thomas. So I was trying my hardest to wake up, and all I remember is this could not be Thomas. And so finally, I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, this is the scariest fucking thing that anybody could ever experience. I opened my eyes, and when I opened my eyes, I didn't see anybody. And then all of a sudden, Jack turned around, and I fucking freaked the fuck out. And I looked at him, and I froze. And when I got up, my clothes were down. I didn't have no underwear on, so I was trying to feel, and when I was feeling around, I noticed that my pants, my underwear, nothing was on. So I don't know this guy. I never really had talked to him. I really didn't meet him. All I knew is the owner of this college was friends of Thomas's, and they were good friends of the family. They knew his family. And this guy knew Thomas's mom. And so this was the brother related to the owner of the college. So his mother worked there as well too. So anyways, I didn't know him. I didn't know nothing about him. All I knew is he was a creeper. And I mean, I didn't even know he was a creeper yet or anything like that until all this other thing. So anyways, I got up, I froze, I was shocked. I was just like, where the fuck is Thomas? I was thinking to myself. So I get up really calm, and I start putting on my underwear and my pants. He's still in the room, and he's talking to me, and he's telling me, please don't tell Thomas. Whatever you do, please don't tell Thomas. And I was like, well, what the flip did you do? And he goes, well, I was eating you out, and you seem to have wanted it and liked it. And when I couldn't, I told you, I tried to, you know, stick my pee-pee in. He couldn't get hard or something, so he couldn't put it in, and that I got all mad about it. Something like that. I don't know. I don't remember him doing any of that. I really don't. All I remember is waking up and feeling a limp penis in my hand. As soon as I got ready and dressed and everything, and he told me what he told me, I was just like freaked out and so scared. I was trying to get Thomas and know where Thomas was and what the fuck was going on with Thomas. So he told me, I said, where's Thomas? And he's passed out in the living room. And so I walk out, okay? He walks behind me. He's trying to follow me everywhere because he didn't want me to tell Thomas what he was doing, right? So I asked the boys that were there. The other boy was passed out, and he was drugged. And I still don't know that we were drugged out with some kind of pill that he gave everyone. So I'm like, why the hell is Thomas asleep, and they said he was passed out. So I try to wake up Thomas. Thomas does not make noise. He doesn't move. He doesn't wake up. So I slap him, and I'm telling you guys, I slapped him hard as fuck. Boom! Wake up, Thomas. He wouldn't wake up. I slap him again, and I'm like, Thomas, wake the fuck up. And he did not wake up. Didn't even move, budge, nothing. Well, there was one kid that was young, like I said, sitting on my couch, laying down on my couch. So I go over there because Thomas isn't waking up. This guy is like hanging around me and doesn't want to leave, or like he wants to be by me at all times. So I sit down by this kid that's behind me, and I sit down on the couch by him, and I have like my knees, you know, bent. And as I'm sitting by this kid, I tell him, what the fuck is going on here? Exactly my words. And I said, did you know how long this motherfucker was in the room with me for? And he goes, not for very long. He said he just went in there for a couple of minutes and you guys were out. And I said, what the fuck do you mean? I told him what I had woke up to, and I said, what the fuck did this motherfucker do? And he told me, wow, he gave us this pill, and he showed me the pill. And he goes, he drugged everybody. He drugged Thomas. Thomas is fucking drugged the fuck out. No wonder why he didn't wake up when I slapped the fuck out of him. So then the other kid took the pill, so he was fucking drugged and fucking passed out on the other couch over there that we had. And I'm like, fucking A. So he had already had that pill in my drink, I told this kid. I said, because I wasn't fucked up. I was okay. I was buzzed. I was feeling good. I was gonna stop drinking. Then they fucking made me take that fucking drink, I told this kid. And what the fuck was he doing? I said, I woke up to a limp thing in my hand. And I couldn't get up, I told this kid. And finally I got up, and he wants to follow me everywhere, I told him. I was all, where the fuck is going on? And he's like, I don't know. He's all, but I have a bottle. So he had a bottle of liquor. And he goes, I'll fucking hit him with it, he said. He's all, I don't know, I didn't want to take this pill, so I pretended I took it, he said. And he was giving it to all of us. And you know, this kid, this stupid kid, he just took it because he don't give a shit. And he's all, and Thomas took it, and then he was all fucking passed out. He's all, he gave it to me, and he's all, I didn't want to take it. So I pretended I took it. He's all, and it's right here. And he showed me it. So he fucking this person drugged the fuck out of all of us. So he's all, I'll fucking hit this motherfucker with this. And I said, yeah, and I'll beat the fuck out of him once you hit him and all this stuff. And so we were thinking this, right? And we're trying to talk quiet to each other so this person wouldn't hear us. So, but we're like, we can't, like, shit. What if you guys were fucking of age? I would have told you to fucking hit him, and we could have fucking beat the fuck out of this guy. I said, but you're underage, and if we call the cops, we're fucked. Like, we're fucked, you know, we're totally fucked. So I said, I don't know what the fuck to do. What are we gonna do? Thomas isn't waking up. Thomas is probably not gonna wake up for a fucking long time. What the hell do we do? So I go into the garage, our garage that we had, and I start smoking a cigarette. Well, that little kid goes with me because I told that little kid, don't fucking leave my side. So he went with me, and the motherfucker followed us to the fucking garage too. And I was smoking a cigarette, right? And I was like, what the fuck do I do? That's all I was thinking in my head. And I was like, ugh, I was so pissed. And I said, who's coming for you? I said, is your wife coming for you? He had a wife, guys. And he told me, yeah, that she was on her way for him. And I said, how strange. I said, you told me that your wife was gonna come later on and hang out with us. And he goes, well, she has a drug problem. She's addicted to meth. Oh my gosh, guys. Whew. Okay, I don't even know. I don't even know. I told him, okay, well, if she doesn't get here in 5 minutes, I'm taking you home. And so he's all, oh, no big deal. She's just around the corner. So I didn't know what to do. I was scared. I didn't know this guy. I didn't know what Jake was about. I didn't know what the flip he was into, nothing. So I waited for his wife to come get him and take him. She came to our door. He took off. He left. He went home. And mind you guys, this guy, Jake, or Jack, whatever the fuck, Jack, lived like 5 minutes away from our house. That's how close this guy lived. So he leaves with her, and I'm trying to wake up Thomas. Thomas doesn't wake up, and I told this kid, I was like, you know what, we're fucked. We can't call the cops because you guys are underage. You guys were drinking. We could be so much in trouble, especially Thomas, because he's the stupid ass one, and he wouldn't fucking listen to me, to not even be letting little kids even do that kind of shit. I don't give a shit if he knew that they like to do that. He was a grown man that shouldn't have been doing that shit with these little kids. But he didn't listen to me. He was an asshole, and he's never listened to anything I have had to say, so he did what he fucking wanted to. So we couldn't call the police or anything, so finally, Thomas wakes up. I tell Thomas what happens. Thomas is like, what? Like, you probably thought it was me, and starting that shit with me. He starts telling me that shit. He's all, you probably thought it was me then, if you thought it was me. And I said, I knew it wasn't you. Why would you be trying to do that with the limp thing? You know, come on, dude. Like, you're stupid. So he tried to play that with me. So then he said, well, maybe you should call his wife and tell his wife what he did. So I call her, and get this, guys. This is my ex-husband. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate him. And every time I think about this situation, I fucking despise him. And I know hate is a strong word, but for him to do what he did and what I have found out about this whole situation, I fucking hate him. And you guys, please be aware of all this. This was my ex-husband, a person that told me he loved me, a guy that treated me like shit a lot of the times. I call her, his wife, and she tells me, when I tell her what happened and what he was doing and everything, she told me that they were swingers. And Thomas and Jack were talking about it before. About it, that they were gonna switch wives and they were gonna switch us with each other, or we were gonna all do it together like swingers. And I said, what the fuck? Like, I'm not a swinger. If you're a swinger, that's cool with you. You do you, boo. But I'm not no fucking swinger. I don't share. But I guess that's what they were doing, and that was what the plan was. The wife of Jack, she didn't seem to care. She kept like telling me and having excuses for him, saying that he told her that I wanted it. He just couldn't get it up, so we can have sex. And she didn't get that he drugged us and he raped me. She didn't get that part. She kept like having an excuse and kind of saying that I wanted it. I told her I didn't, and I hung up on her. She's very disgusting too. She has problems. But yeah, guys. And I know one of my son watches one of my videos, and I know the other son doesn't. So please, son, I'm sorry that I don't know if I ever have told them about this situation. I started crying when I started talking about this, because I know one of my son watches these videos. I don't know if he watches all my videos, but I know he watches some. My other son doesn't, but I just got hurt because I'm talking about their father. They don't see their father, but I'm still bashing him on this video, and I just want them to know that I'm sorry. I don't mean anything towards them. I just hate what he did to me. I hate the fact that this happened because of him, you know. And they're 18. Told Thomas that he had given us drugs, all of us, and he had drugged me in my shop, and he drugged him, and he drugged the guy, one of the guys that was passed out on the couch. But he tried to drug this other kid, but that kid was smart and didn't want to take it, and he pretended that he took it, and he had it in his hand. And he was like, yeah, I thought it was like a pain pill. He said he was giving me a pain pill. So Thomas never admitted it. He said that's not what they had said. He just said that they had talked, and they had said that, you know, the wife was going to come over and hang out, and he wasn't even supposed to stay there that long. But guys, let's realize Thomas was a liar, a manipulator, and a cheater, and he would do anything he could to hurt people. Even the people that he said that he loved, even the people that he did love or didn't love, or maybe he never did love me, because this is sick. Like, this story disgusts me. Like, sometimes I want to throw up just to even talk about it. But I want you guys to be aware of these kind of situations. So I finally called the cops when we dropped these kids off. The cops get there. I tell them what happened, and they take me to the rape crisis center, and they check me and whatnot, and they tell me that I had a bruise down there, that they seemed to see trauma, so they thought that he had done it or whatever. And I said, well, I don't know. I don't remember him doing none of that, though. All I remember is I was passed out on the toilet, and I remember my husband carried me to the bed, and the next thing I woke up is to a limp thing in my hand. And I woke up, my clothes were gone, and he said he just was eating me out. That's all he was saying. And so I was just like, so I don't think he did. Well, they took tests, you know. I think they ran a DNA test, all that stuff there. I don't know exactly what the procedure was. We get back home. Someone calls me and tells me that there was trauma, and he did rape me. So we're gonna press charges. I was a little bit scared because he was going to school with Thomas. I'm not gonna mention this name of the college, but I wanted to go to barber school. I had always wanted to go to barber school since we started cutting my kids' hair, since they were 6 months. So we pressed charges. We're gonna get a call from the DA and get a phone call or get something in the mail saying when our court date was. I keep thinking up until this day that Thomas tried to give him a different number, or didn't give him the right number, or something happened, because I never received this call. I never received the date to get there to this. So I called the DA's office one day and I asked him what was going on. They told me I missed my court date. And I said, oh my goodness, I never got a call. I never got anything. How did that happen? And they said they didn't know. And I said, can you, so she said the case was closed, and they even had said that it would be hard to prove because I was drugged and we were drinking. And I said, but they said, you know, you never know. You would have to talk to the jury would have to decide. So they told me they couldn't do that. And I said, please, like, I begged this lady on the phone, and she said, we can't. It's closed. Once it's closed, it's done with. And she said, we cannot reopen it. And I said, well, you know what? What goes around comes around. Karma for that motherfucker. So, guys, this guy is still out there. I don't know if he's done it to anybody else and got caught. I don't know if he's ever gotten caught for this. I mean, for doing this to maybe some other people or some other person, some other woman, some other who knows? I don't know. All I know is be careful. So so Thomas wouldn't touch me for days because he kept trying to say like I wanted this person because I thought it was him. And I told him, you were motherfucking stupid to even fucking say that or think that. And after you know the situation that I have been through with my uncle doing what he did to me at 11 years old, you're gonna act like my aunt did. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Like, no. So he was treating me stupid. So I had caught him talking to some chick that was going to his school too. And she had told me that he had said that he would pay someone to take me away from him or take me on a date. So this motherfucker is trying to like get in my fucking business, watch my fucking, and if you're watching it now, motherfucker, like you want to know what fucking I'm doing or whatever, it's none of your fucking business. You do you. And quit fucking worrying about me. I'm living life here, living a good life. And I love my husband that I'm with now. So why the fuck don't you just move on and quit trying to send motherfuckers to my Facebook and try to click to add me as a friend? Because I don't add anybody I don't fucking know. Quit trying to troll into my life, especially after you've done this. And I fucking think deep down inside that you had something to do with it. Why would this wife say what she said? So yeah, leave me the fuck alone already. You've done so much damage to me. Like, I fucking hate you. He cheated on me 3 times. The 3rd time, I tried to divorce him the 2nd time. The 3rd time, I prayed and wished that he would fucking leave with some other bitch. He finally fucking did. And I was so happy. That was the best day of my life. You know? So quit fucking trying to troll into my fucking life now, bitch. Like, leave me the fuck alone already, dude. Whoever lives in Albuquerque, New Mexico, be careful which school you go to be a barber. Like I said, who knows what he ever did, if he ever did this shit to more people or what, but I couldn't prosecute him. I wish I would have went to that court date. I wish I would have got a phone call, anything. I think Thomas tried to not let me get this court date because maybe he was scared or he was worried about it, or maybe who knows what this guy would have said about it. But she had told me that it was proven in the DNA that he did rape me. I don't remember feeling anything or anything. So yeah, guys, make sure you guys be careful. Make sure you guys are careful with what you drink, and always remember, if you didn't pour that alcohol drink, do not drink it. If someone's giving you a shot and you didn't pour it or you didn't see them pouring it, do not drink it. Never forget, guys, te amo muchísimo.